Yo, what is good, guys? This is the first ever video that I've ever made, basically. And yeah, it took a lot of like willpower to turn this camera on, and it will take even more to post it. But I wanted to make a video, you know, like who am I, you know, what I want to accomplish in the next couple of years, um, how am I doing right now, and stuff like that. I'm gonna try and make it shorter. Um, I tried to record it before, but it was like super fucking long, so I just deleted half of it, and I just decided to redo it. I want to make these videos as like real as possible, as genuine as possible, and I will go on to explain why in this video. So make sure you stick around. But yeah, if you just came across this page, or if you just came across this, you know, on your For You page or on your YouTube recommended page, then you probably have absolutely no idea. If you came from TikTok, then as of right now, I'm literally just posting quotes on like some like mental health advice and stuff like that on social media. I've got around 1,000 followers right now on TikTok. I've got zero on YouTube, and zero on every other platform. I think I've got 2 followers on Instagram for this current like whatever brand or whatever. Um, but yeah, I was kind of just contemplating, you know, today, like, and the last while, like, I've just realized that I'm very lost in life. I don't know what I want to achieve. I'm very, very lost. I don't know what I want to achieve. And I literally sat down today with a notepad and a pen for just like 10 minutes, and 20 minutes, and I was just like, what do I want to achieve? You know, in the next 3 years, in the short run, etc. And I was extremely confused. But the main kind of point um, I will cover in this video is the main thing that I want to achieve. And I will get onto that in 2 seconds as the long term thing. But I guess for the short term, my goals were just kind of generic. They were to get back into the gym because I stopped going to the gym last year, a year ago, maybe longer than a year ago. Stopped going to the gym. Maybe it was 2 years ago even. Stopped going to the gym. I would have went like here and there, but nothing too crazy. Um, Also, another goal of mine in the short run is just to have a solid group of friends. You know, meet them more often. Make more effort to meet them more often. Do cool things together. You know, put myself out there. Um, you know, Stuff like that. Just generic kind of answers. The main one is just to fix my sleep schedule in the short run because it's super bad right now. I have probably the worst sleep schedule in the entire fucking universe. I literally sleep at like 5 or 6 a.m. every single night, and that's been the case for the last year. Entire year, it's been the case. So that's one of the things I want to achieve in the short run because it's just something that I've been trying to do, and I've been trying and failing and trying and failing, and honestly, just not being disciplined enough to complete it, and not being in the right headspace to do it or to fix it. And yeah, I just need to do that. It's one of the main goals I have. But I guess like the main the main goal I have in the longer run is just to kind of figure out like what the actual flip I want to do and what I want to complete, or not complete, what I want to do in life, and what I want to add to the world, or what I want to do as my career, or you know, like what do I want to do with my life pretty much. It's been one that I've just been really confused on recently because I've always been the kid, and I've always known exactly what I wanted to do. Like, oh, I want to, I remember when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I want to become a professional footballer, and that took up a lot of my life. And it took up a lot of my life. I was practicing and stuff, and then it was, all right, I want to be, a professional like Fortnite player, basically, and that took up so much of my time, and I was just so dedicated to that as well. And then it was, all right, I want to become rich. There was a point in between Fortnite and wanting to become rich where I was just like, I want to just be jacked and like be like a gym bro or something. There was that I had that whole thing, and then it was obviously to be rich. And these are all like very short, like I could only see really the short run or the short term with all these goals. I never really saw the bigger picture, like what would I? Because obviously I'm pretty young. When I wanted to be a footballer, I was like 12 years old, so I never really could see the bigger picture, and I really still probably can't see the biggest picture, but I definitely can see it clear. I've been trying to ask myself, what do I want to achieve? Because I've dropped out of school. I didn't like school. Like I enjoyed the social aspect of it, but I didn't like the work. I didn't really see a career um, that I wanted to, go down or wanted to chase or delve into after school that would require, school degree. So I dropped out of school. I made a lot of money for my age when I was 18 years old, um, through crypto, through SMMA when I was 19, through various sorts of stuff, just selling info for crypto, selling info, trading, a bunch of that stuff. Uh, Made a lot of money with a good few different businesses outside of that. With SMMA, I had pretty big agency, not big, but I had a decently sized agency, at least for my age. And I've always had something to occupy myself. I've always had a goal, and I've always been very tunnel visioned on that goal. And it's always been, all right, I'm gonna just complete this goal. And whatever, I never really thought about what would happen when I completed it. It was just something I never really thought of. And I guess it's just my brain as a child. It's just like you do not even have a fucking prefrontal cortex in your brain. Like that part of your brain is so small when you're when you're that age. It doesn't even really work. And I mean, I'm still young, and your brain's not finished developing till you're like 25 or something. So I've still got a lot to learn, and I've still got a lot of time to see the bigger picture, and to fully understand it. But at least in the last year, I've got really burnt out trying to chase money. I'm very addicted to seeing numbers go up on a screen. At least I was. I still am, kind of. But seeing my bank account balance go up, seeing my, the balance in my wallets go up, it was just super addicting, and it was just all I wanted. I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get a supercar, and I'm gonna just. It didn't matter. It was something I didn't consider. Was like, all right, when I actually achieve this, then what? It was just like, I don't care, because it's such a big goal. You don't expect to achieve it at a young age, I guess, in a sense. It's like, all right, I want to achieve this, but it's like, you're like, I want to achieve it, but it's quite hard to do. Not many people achieve this, so it's like you're not even really thinking about what will happen when you do, in a sense, if that makes any sense. But yeah, anyway, I did that, and then I got all the money, and I just got extremely lost. I got extremely lost for a couple months. I didn't know what to do. I literally just did nothing. I started scrolling on my phone. Um, I took a break from all the business ventures. I I was just like confused. I was no longer in school at the time. I had just dropped out. And yeah, I was just confused. I was isolating myself at home. I was just like trying to figure out what the next like hustle was or whatever with my buddy. And then eventually we stumbled across SMMA. I broke up with my ex-girlfriend, and I was like, yo, I need to do something. And yeah, I started doing SMMA, bought a few mentorships, started with that, and didn't work for the first while, but eventually it started to work, and it worked pretty well. But yeah, I surely got really burnt out. Around this time, I was like traveling. I'd been to America, I'd been to Europe, the very last place was Thailand. I'd been to pretty much every side of the world in about a month's span, and I was working probably 16 hours a day, which was not very healthy, but I just wanted to make money. My goal was to make $100,000 a month, and I was just very tunnel visioned, as I have been my whole life, on the goal, not thinking about what I will do when I get there, or any of the consequences or anything that will come along with achieving this or trying to achieve this or whatever. It was like, all right, I want to achieve this, and I don't care what else happens. Um, and I got very burnt out. I went to Thailand, and I just crashed. I literally was having multiple panic attacks a day. I was I was having I was in a state of constant anxiety and just like panic. And I got home. I went to stay there for 2 months. We had a villa, and I just canceled it. Like, I just paid the boys for my room, and I was like, yo, I gotta go home. And I got home, and I was fine. I was like, all right, cool, I'm back in reality. I'm away from this place that I was so fearful of for some reason. And I was fine. And I started working for literally like 12, even harder, 12 hours. Because I was like, damn, what the fuck just happened? You know, I was even more hungry now for some reason. Um, I don't know why. Maybe it was out of insecurity or something. Um, you wanted to prove to the boys that, you know, you're just, I don't know, built different. You want to just make a fuck ton of money now because you just made a shit show of yourself in front of everybody in Thailand because you're just having panic attacks and stuff. At least this was my mindset at the time. And just started working like fucking crazy. And it started to work, like, definitely got results. But I was completely destroying my health in the process, and within 3 weeks, I had another panic attack. And this resulted in me having panic attacks multiple a day for probably like 2 months straight. I was completely confused. It was like the worst time of my life ever. I could not work for the first time on a goal. People were telling me that you should maybe reconsider, you know, your goals in life. This might not be healthy for you. And I was like so fucking lost, but it didn't even matter. It was something I could not even comprehend because I was just like literally indulged in anxiety and panic, and it was like it was I just didn't know what to do. I didn't care about anything else apart from getting better and getting rid of my anxiety and getting rid of my panic attacks and just living a normal life again. And around this time, my buddy in Thailand, my best friend, he unfortunately took his own life, and that like definitely did not help the situation at all. My mental health was in a really dark place, really dark place. Before I would have never believed in mental health issues, but it was just an extremely dark place for me mentally. Um, but that was in the summer, and now it is 6 months later, ish, 6 7 months later, and I'm here. It's a new year, and I'm just contemplating. I'm like, what do I want to do with my life? So, yeah, to bring it back to the start of the video, I sat down today, asked myself those questions. I was like, all right, what do I want to do in my life? And obviously, as I said before, you've got the short ones. It's like fix your sleep, be healthy, yada yada yada. These are basic things. But for my career, I just found that I want to help people. I want to help people, whether it's, you know, even whether it's a massive help to their life, whether it's life-changing help, or whether it's just such a small, minuscule thing. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to help people. It's something I feel so fulfilled by. I can go to sleep that night and I'll be like, damn, I just helped someone. And I guess it's because I went through such a shitty period in my life. It's like, damn, I just got everything I wanted and my life fucking sucked. It was like the worst mental state of my life. It was the worst. It was just a shitty time. And I'm so grateful for everyone that helped me in that time, for all the great friends I had, because, you know, not everyone would have had that. And for all the support I had, for, you know, all the videos I watched, for all the content that I seen on my For You page when I searched up, you know, all the problems I was having. I'm so grateful for that. And they had such a big impact on my life. And I would just love to help people who went through something like I did, or just lost in life, or maybe I've done something stupid in my life that I wish I could have done differently, or maybe I've can give you guys some advice on something else. And, you know, even for example, my sleep, if I fix my sleep, there's someone out there who's got like a super fucked sleep schedule just like me, and they're super like lost. They've tried everything in the book to fix it, and then, you know, maybe I can give them some advice and they can help them. It's just stuff like that, which is just really fulfilling to me, and I really would just love to help people like that. Um, and again, that's like how I feel in the moment, how I feel right now. I literally sat down for 10, 15 minutes and wrote down this stuff. I'm still extremely lost. I don't know what I want to help people with. I don't know what niche of helping I want to do. I don't really know anything in regards to any of that. But I just know I want to help people on some sort of a spectrum. And I guess this starts with the video I'm making right now because, yeah, I'm just fucking lost right now, bro. I don't know what to do. I don't really have any backup plans. I'm fortunate enough to have a house over my head, which is great, so I can figure this stuff out. But yeah, I'm just really lost. I don't know where I see. Oh, I really don't know where I'm gonna be in 3 years, to be honest with you. Obviously, I hope I'm doing well, and I hope all these things are great, but even for example, if I'm doing better, people might watch this video and they'll realize, oh shit, this dude was completely fucking lost, you know. And I'm probably not portraying, or I'm probably not showing you guys, and how would I even say it, like, I'm probably not showing you guys exactly how lost I am, because I have this goal, I want to help people, but it's something I literally came up with 5 minutes ago, and it's something I want to do. I definitely want to do it, but I'm just lost, bro. Like, I'm still trying to fix my life. I'm still trying to get out there. I still suffer with anxiety, but it's been getting a lot better. I still have mental health issues, even though that they're so much smaller than they used to be, and it's improving so much. I'm still trying to figure my shit out, and I feel like it takes. I feel like if even if I'm just being honest with you guys, saying that, like, someone else in the same situation as me right now will just see it and be like, damn, you know, I'm not the only person. Like, it's fine to feel like this, because I feel like social media, especially today's age, has just like portrayed everything so unrealistically. You know, everyone wants to be like a millionaire when they're 18 years old, and if they're not, they feel like they're behind. Or if they have, you know, struggles in their life, they're like, damn, why am I the only one who struggles with this? Why am I the only person who has mental health issues? Why am I the only person who, you know, this happens to? Why am I the only person who can't fix their sleep? Shit like this. But it's just not true. You know, I've met like many successful people, a lot of young people with a lot of money who are just completely lost in life. Like, literally, they just don't want to live anymore. You know what I mean? People have their own problems. They have, and you would be so surprised. You know, you only see the highlights on social media. And if I can just be real with you guys, and as I said, just show you guys the struggles along the way, maybe you can learn from it, or maybe you can relate to it, and it might help you guys and add some perspective. Like, damn, this is normal to go through this shit, but you'll be fine. It's just a part of life. Well, then I'm helping you guys out, and that would be so worth it for me. At least while I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do, or exactly where I want to even take my life, or what I want to accomplish, or what I want to pursue in my lifetime. Because I'm 19, I'm literally an idiot when it comes to life. I've got so much to learn, and yeah, I guess when I'm making these videos, just remember that, you know, I am 19. You know, take this shit with a grain of salt. At least the advice, if I ever give advice to you guys, but it is coming from a genuine place if I am giving any advice, and it's coming from life experience, and it's coming from experience I had, or whatever. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You know, I'm gonna just literally be honest, and it takes a lot of humility. It takes a lot of, like, it just, like, I struggle to pick the camera up right now. It's like 4 a.m. and I struggle to pick the camera up and speak like this to it and post it, because it's like, damn, this is like, someone's gonna think this is super cringe. Someone's gonna think this is like super stupid, and that I'm just a fucking pussy. Um, but it might help someone, and that's enough for it to be worth it. And it's just an actionable step, making this video, for me to take to, you know, at least try something. You know, you gotta try stuff. You're not gonna just like sit around and then one day, you know, your passion, or the thing you want to pursue is gonna hit you on the head, or it's gonna tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, I'm here. You know, you gotta just try stuff, and then eventually you'll find something that will really fulfill you and really excite you to wake up every morning. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I know for a fact everyone, if they look hard enough, will find something. There's something out there for everybody. There's something out there for me. I just have to find it, and who knows what that will be. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video real quick, and just update you guys, I guess, and just make it for my sake even. I don't know where I see myself in 3 years. As I said, I could be fucking anywhere. I literally almost choked on water like 20 minutes ago. So hopefully I'm not retarded enough to choke on water in the next 3 years. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just freestyling, bro. Like, I'm just freestyling. I definitely missed a bunch of points that I would love to make in this video. But I don't know. I just went through a shitty time, and I'm so grateful for the help I had. And I see people like my friend, and I wish I could have helped them, even though it's so unrealistic. I would have done. Like, you just can't turn the time, you can't turn the clock back. But if I could just help someone like that, it would just mean the fucking world to me. Um, I mean, that's like an extreme example, but even if I could help someone fix their fucking sleep, or if I could help someone, you know, I don't know, add perspective to someone's life so they think a bit more positively, or they think a bit more realistically about life, instead of looking at all these influencers and looking at all this like glamour Ferraris and all this nonsense online that just isn't reality. Well, then it's all worth it for me, you know. So this video is pretty long, but I wanted to really emphasize my message, I guess. And yeah, I don't know if you like this sort of content, or if you would be interested in just simple stuff like this, just genuine person-to-person conversation, then drop a follow, or drop a subscription, or drop a subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, drop a like, drop a comment. If you have any advice, maybe you're an older individual, maybe you're more mature, if you have any advice for me, drop a comment. I'm happy to take it in. And if you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. But yeah, I'm gonna go, and it was a pleasure talking to you guys. Peace.